Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a sold-out show here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you couldn't fit another fan in here with a crowbar. It's cheeseheads as far as the eye can see.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started. I'll never understand why Mark Henry resorts to such brutal tactics. He's already the world's strongest man. What has he got left to prove?
Listen, every time Henry gets in that ring with someone, he's sending a message to the whole locker room. And that's what you got to do to get ahead around here.
Well, if you ask me, a victory is message enough. But Mark Henry seems to enjoy dishing out senseless brutality. Ric Flair certainly has earned the nickname the dirtiest player in the game. But you can't say he doesn't warn his opponents.
You're such a hypocrite. If it was anyone else in there cheating to win, you'd be all over them.
What can I say? I guess I'm willing to make an exception for a legend with 16 World Championship victories to his credit.
So much for objective commentary. I guess it's up to me to provide the fair and balanced analysis as usual. Even if you wind up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Hey, that's pretty insightful for a guy who's never wrestled a match in his life.
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and see. Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, I got some bad news for the WWE fans. He doesn't care what they think. This has been a great match so far, but I think it's pretty obvious which way it's going.
Oh, really? Are you willing to go out on a limb and actually make a guess then?
There's no guesswork involved, but if you're going to be snippy, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Wow, if I knew it was that easy, I would have said that years ago. These superstars are so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
I don't think you're going to be able to. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
And what a wild ride it's been so far, with no signs of stopping anytime soon.
No superstar in the locker room can afford to ignore the WWE fans.
You're right about that. Without the fans, I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
And that's what matters. If you're not doing everything you can to win, you're in the wrong business.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
Of course not. That's the kind of attitude that gets you beat quicker than anything.
And that's something I don't think people realize. The mental conditioning of the WWE superstars is just as impressive as the physical conditioning.
These superstars are at the top of their game, but looks like someone's making it clear that he's not feeling too threatened right about now.
Well, this is a good way to find yourself in a bad situation. He's wasting time instead of following up here.
Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company. He just about broke his opponent in half with that table.
He might break the table in half on his opponent.
Oh, man, these WWE fans are fired up.
They sure are, and you know that's going to have an effect on this match.
Oh, man. Look out below.
Dropped directly onto the barricade. and I don't think that thin layer of padding did much to soften that impact.
There's no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry is the world's strongest man. The power of this guy is absolutely incredible.
It's downright. Why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and continue with the match?
Hey, don't get high. He's just having a little fun here. Man, this one's turned into a fight. Pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen here in the WWE.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Oh, never mind.
Mark my words, one of these days, Ric Flair's cheating ways are going to catch up with him.
Well, if it hasn't happened so far, I have my doubts as to whether it ever will.
This match proves without a doubt why SmackDown's the dominant brand in sports entertainment.
I can't help but agree, partner. You won't see action like this on Raw.
Even if you did, you'd have to hear about puppies and government mules and scalded dogs. It's like a zoo over there.
These superstars have proven time and again that they're willing and able to go the distance.
Well, you don't get too far in this business if you're not.
That's for sure, partner. There's always someone right behind you, ready to overtake you if you can't keep up.
That isn't gonna make you popular, but you gotta do whatever it takes to win.
I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win, rather than compete fairly. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
You can't let that break your focus, but that's easier said than done.
And there's the reversal.
I know I say this a lot, but it ain't ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punishment.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy.
It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they're going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed a great show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
I love watching Mark Henry wrestle. No one else in this business can take an opponent apart the way he...
I think we're about to see a high-risk move from the top rope.
Ric Flair is a terrible example to every young superstar. The man built...
And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
Who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can't. They see everything, and they'll let you know about it.
He's got his opponent right where he wants him, and there's a vicious forearm across the eyes.
This is all about weakening your opponent's spirit and body at the same time. This capacity crowd is certainly getting its money's worth here tonight.
And it's a good thing, too. If they're not buying tickets, we're not getting paychecks.
Well, I don't think we'll have to worry about selling tickets the next time we come back here. Not after a match like this.
You feel like a jerk when someone counters you like that. I think these superstars are going to keep it up until they've got literally nothing left to give.
And that's the attitude you have to take to win. You know that your opponent isn't going to hold anything back, and you can't afford to either.
I'd love to know you're coming up with this stuff, because it sure ain't from personal experience. Man, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner, but it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give it everything they got. Man, what a match. Kids, if you're watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars, and even they wind up seriously injured sometimes.
That's for sure. Even me, a former WWE champion, has had his share of injuries over the years. There isn't an ounce of quit in these superstars.
There certainly isn't. They're in this one to the bitter end.
One of the perks of being Mark Henry is that there aren't many people who can stop you from doing whatever the hell you want.
That's true. The world's strongest man is a terrifying individual, and he's capable of seriously injuring his opponents.
And that's supposed to be a bad thing. How many times do I have to say it? This ain't ballet.
No one's saying that it is, but Mark Henry takes everything to new heights of viciousness.
These fans...
He was one step ahead on that one.
I've been looking forward to this match all night.
So have I. It's certainly been one of the most anticipated matchups in recent weeks.
And usually when you got that kind of hype, it's tough to live up to expectation, but these superstars aren't having any trouble doing that.
They sure aren't. And that's an impressive thing in and of itself.
These superstars have been giving it everything they've got all night.
They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play.
Yeah, you're not going to win a match if you're blown up 2 minutes. He's been looking for that all match, and now he's taking advantage.
Taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple.
I love hearing a crowd come alive, even if I disagree with what they're saying.
Me too, and I do agree with what they're saying.
As long as these superstars have got anything left in the tank, they'll keep going at it.
They certainly don't look like they're going to give anything less than 100% here tonight.
So, have you got any predictions about who's going to win this one?
No way. What a jerk. How about a little less posing and a little more action?
Give it a rest. There's nothing wrong with getting inside your opponent's head like this. I've got to admit it. I'm impressed by these superstars' performance here tonight.
We were expecting a solid match from these superstars, but this is even better than I'd hoped.
Look at the confidence. He's letting his opponent know what's up.
He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way.
These superstars are putting on a clinic.
Yeah, and not a health clinic. I don't think they'll be the same after this one. I don't use the word evil lightly. Well, that's what comes to mind when I see the delight Mark Henry takes in destroying his fellow superstars.
Evil, just a word that losers like you use to describe people who will do whatever it takes to win. I think Henry would take that as a compliment. These superstars give everything they've got when they're in a match like this, but a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes, too.
No question. If you want to make it in the WWE, you've got to sacrifice just about everything for your career. It has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
And for a lot of guys, their WWE career is their life. That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there, no one gives as much of themselves to their fans as the WWE superstars. It sounds like this capacity crowd has something on their minds.
Yeah, and 10,000 paying customers can't be wrong. This one could still go either way.
It sure could. It's not over until the referee calls for the bell.
We've seen some pretty good back and forth here, but you don't see too many matches end that way.
No, you don't. And I think we'll see one superstar dominate the match before it's over.
There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears shed in that ring over the years.
And if these superstars have their way, there's going to be a lot more shed here tonight. Wow, listen to that chant.
The crowd makes a huge difference, whether they're for you or against you. Talk about superstars who don't have an ounce of quit between them. You're looking at them right here.
And that's a potentially dangerous mindset to be in. If you're too proud to realize that you're in trouble, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
Hey, you got to be in there every single match and be willing to do whatever it takes. You'd know that if you actually ever step between those ropes.
I don't have to have been in a match to realize that jeopardizing my future for the sake of one match is incredibly short-sighted.
You know, I'm going to replace you with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Maybe Carlito. He might be a little tough to understand sometimes, but at least he knows what it's like to wrestle a match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect? These are WWE superstars, the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, there's no off season for them. There's no month or two off between matches.
No, there isn't. They got to be here week in, week out, and they go until they can't go anymore.
And they do it all for the WWE fans. Without them, none of us would even be here. I think we might be looking at the future of the WWE in this ring tonight.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit. This is a great match, and the fans are definitely into it.
And that's what really matters. If the WWE fans aren't happy, they'll let you know it.
These superstars...
He's showing absolutely no respect for his opponent.
Yeah, and his opponent isn't doing anything about it. What does that tell you?
Night after night, the WWE superstars never fail to amaze the fans.
And that's a good thing. I don't even like to think about where we'd be if they didn't.
Well, we wouldn't be sitting here calling this match, that's for sure.
Oh, man, I don't envy that referee. The last place I'd want to be is between these two superstars.
You can say that again. Talk about hazardous to your health.
We're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight.
I'm all for freedom of expression, whether I agree with what they're saying or not. You can imagine the tension between the competitors right now. Well, you could if you had ever actually been in a match.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off of these superstars.
Trust me, when it comes down to you or them, it's a whole different level of intensity.
I'll have to take your word for it. I honestly can't imagine a more electric atmosphere than the one in this arena right now.
It's crazy to think that we actually get paid to do a job like this. There are thousands of people out there who would do this for free.
Really? Maybe I should look into that. I could get a better broadcast partner and save the company some money at the same time.
Keep it up, and you're going to find out exactly how tough it is to do this job with your jaw wired shut. This one's going to keep going until someone can't go anymore.
And considering the conditioning of these athletes, that could be quite a while from now.
The ref's got a tough job trying to keep these superstars on the up and up.
Anything can happen in WWE. He's taking a little time to give his opponent a piece of his mind.
You sure he can spare it? When I first heard about this match, I wasn't sure what. Now that's the way to do it. Let your opponent know who's boss.
Or you can just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover.
I cannot remember the last time I've seen a crowd this pumped up.
I know what you mean, partner. These superstars have really brought the fans to life here tonight. What a reversal. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
Yeah, the WWE fans aren't known for keeping their opinions to themselves. Boy, this is not the way I thought this match was going to go at all.
And that's what makes the WWE so exciting. The unpredictability of the superstars. You never quite know exactly what you're going to see. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle. An injured superstar is like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
What a match. I've got no idea what these superstars are going to do next.
That makes two of us, partner. And I think that's one of the things that makes it so exciting.
Wow. I almost feel bad for JR and the King. When's the last time you think they saw a match this good?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know if they've ever had anything this good on Raw.
Well, that just makes sense. After all, SmackDown is the #1 brand in all of sports entertainment.
And that's one of the few things we completely agree on, partner. It doesn't get any bigger or better than SmackDown.
These superstars are looking for an opening here to try and gain the advantage.
And patience can certainly be a virtue in a match like this.
You can say that again. Waiting for your opponent to make a move or give you an opening can be just as intense as putting them through a table.
And whether or not you have that kind of patience often means the difference between winning and losing a match.
You don't see action like this every day.
You sure don't. And we've got the best seats in the house.
We sure do. Front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine. I'm perfectly happy staying right where I am. Victory means absolutely everything to these competitors tonight.
Now that's a real pearl of wisdom. You got any more? Like the superstar who beats their opponents will be the winner?
How about you should spend more time calling the match and less time cutting down your broadcast partner?
You look at any other sport in the world and you won't find a single athlete that can compare with the WWE superstars.
And there's a reason for that. There are no off seasons in WWE. These superstars perform every week of the year.
And we're not just talking about swinging a bat or kicking a ball. WWE is the most physical competition you can be a part of, hands down. Anyone who thinks this business is a piece of cake should get into the ring with these superstars.
I don't think anyone would last too long against them. These are trained WWE professionals. These superstars are clearly giving it their all tonight.
No surprises there. When's the last time you saw a WWE superstar go halfway?
I don't think I ever have. If they did, they wouldn't last long around here.
This sellout crowd just can't get enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? That's not exactly a great entertainment value.
You might be right. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself.
Can you believe this match so far?
I really can't. This isn't anything like what I expected from these competitors.
Yeah, I gotta admit, they are surprising the hell out of me here too.
And I think it's that unpredictability that makes these superstars so exciting to watch.
This match is so good, it's even worth having to sit next to you to watch it.
Thanks a lot. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner either.
You know what? You should partner up with Jerry Lawler. Then you could have the King and the Queen on commentary.
Really funny. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time.
I gotta say, I didn't expect these superstars to go after each other the way they have tonight. This has been a brutal match so far.
Well, it's not ballet, you know.
Oh, really? I was wondering what happened to the pointy-toe shoes and frilly little skirts. I'd check your closet, but I'd have to wait for you to come out first. These superstars are pounding the hell out of each other. How much longer can they keep this up?
I don't know, but you can bet that it's going to get a lot worse before it's over.
When you see this level of competition, there's no doubt that SmackDown is just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it, but they just can't compete with SmackDown's finest.
Look, I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously say that there's anyone on the Raw roster you'd want to have here on SmackDown.
I'm 100% serious. Can you imagine having Triple H or Edge or John Cena here? That could take SmackDown to the next level.
This is one hell of a performance by some amazing superstars.
What did you expect? They're from SmackDown after all.
I tell you, this is what WWE is all about.
You're absolutely right. The greatest athletes in the world competing on the grandest stage of them all.
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is. What do you think the highlight of it has been so far?
Well, that'll probably come a little later in the match when you shut your yap for a few seconds and let me enjoy it in peace.
Well, excuse me for doing my job, partner. Sorry to have disturbed you.
It's not easy maintaining this kind of intensity week after week after week. Trust me.
I don't doubt it. The WWE superstars don't get any off-season. They compete every week until they're not physically capable of continuing.
If you ever wondered just how much punishment a human being can take, I think you're going to get your answer tonight.
You might be right. It doesn't look like these superstars are going to go easy on each other.
That's not what they're getting paid for. And besides, the pride wouldn't let them give less than 100%.
I think that if one of these superstars successfully executes their finishing move, this one is over.
That's not necessarily the case. Just because it's called a finisher doesn't mean it always ends the match.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
That's ridiculous. When I hit someone with the clothesline from hell, they stayed down, period.
I think you're developing a selective memory in your old age, partner.
This could go down the books as an instant classic.
I think just about every match has that potential. This is WWE after all.
I certainly don't envy the referee in this match.
No kidding. No matter what call you make, you're going to get on the bad side of at least one superstar.
And that's about the last place you want to be if you're not a superstar yourself. Trust me, I know.
Well, I think we know which way this one's gonna go.
Actually, from my perspective, I think it could still go either way.
And what perspective would that be? The perspective of somebody who's never actually been in a match? I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claim to be completely objective. I respect superstars who show some sportsmanship in the ring.
Spoken like somebody who's never been in a match, Michael. If you're putting your body on the line in there, you gotta do whatever it takes to protect yourself and pick up the win.
You're talking about two different things. Self-defense is one thing, but cheating to steal a victory is something completely different.
You're not gonna see superstars like this anywhere else except on SmackDown.
You'll get no argument from me, partner. SmackDown is the dominant brand in all of sports entertainment.
Look at these superstars. They haven't even contemplated the fact that they might lose here tonight.
They've sacrificed so much to get here. I don't think they could allow that thought to enter their heads.
Folks will be staying with this match to the end with no commercial interruptions.
Good thing, because I don't think we'd hear the end of it if we cut away here.
You're probably right. I know I wouldn't want to miss a second of this action.